Hello everyone, my name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Awoken. This is a 2019 film that was released in May of 2020, so it is really actually new. And it runs about an hour and a half. It stars Sarah West, Eric Thompson, and Benson Jack Anthony, if you know who they are. The description: a young medical student attempts to cure her brother from a terminal sleep illness called fatal familial insomnia, where you are unable to sleep until you die. On her quest to help him, a more sinister reason for his condition is revealed. I also just wanted to mention that I get my reference from IMDb, and only 654 people have graded it on this website. So, really, this is new. This is something to put on your list to watch, get your own opinion about. I thank you for watching my video, but get your own opinion about it because hardly anybody's seen it since it's so new. But this is Awoken. Well, I will say right off the bat that I kind of like this movie more than obviously the online people do. So we'll start there. Talk about some good things here. That's always a nice way to start off anything. I like the idea for this movie. Sounds original. I can't think of seeing too many other movies in history that have been anything like this about being awake and having some kind of entity and some kind of discussion about faith versus medicine. Just all of that wrapped up in one, I think sounds like a pretty genuine original thought for a movie, so I do appreciate that. I do appreciate most of the characters in here, most of the actors, which are different, and I think the actors be put in their roles, handle it very well because they have this nice thing called genuine concern. Everybody's either a friend, a family member, or someone from the past of this young man that is dealing with this insomnia. And so they have lines like, oh, I've always been his friend. Oh, I, care about him and you're not even thinking about him. And that kind of discussion is very real, it's very genuine, and that's easy stuff to write. My only concern with that area of the movie is this ex-boyfriend that the sister of the brother, our main characters, ex-boyfriend of hers, he has some stupid lines. And I just don't know if it's him not being able to handle his character or just bad writing. But he seems to be the only one. Everybody else seems to be knowing that they're in a demon movie, haunted movie. They're very invested in the discussion of medicine versus maybe somebody needs an exorcism. And then we get, backstory, we get new details. And then we get into the bad part of the movie, in which there is one. I can't be all good ever, can it? But this turns into a very cliche haunted movie. There are some good things about that, which are the demon taking over the body, making people turn their head from here to there, and people being scared of somebody muttering. There's lots of different things. I don't want to give away the whole movie, but it's lots of good things come from the haunted stuff. But it turns into a cliche as we go on. People are being stupid. They're not trying to call anybody with a cell phone. Obviously, nobody in this movie has a cell phone because the only phone they use is on the wall. And they have a TV with a VCR in it. Like, that's old. Like, when is this movie taking place? Like, those don't exist anymore, do they? And then people are starting to, find out what happened in this place they're in. It's kind of a bunker. And they're finding out what happened there many years ago, and the same thing is kind of happening around them, but they're still questioning it. They're still fighting the obvious, and that's when it turns into a cliche, kind of scary movie. And you're just telling people, call the cops, go do the exorcism if you know how. Go do this. Go check up on this person that's obviously making demon noises. It's like, come on. So then you start talking the movie, and it just kind of gets a little dumb at the end. I could make a really good argument that aren't people of the cloth the only ones that can do an exorcism because they're servants of the Lord. There's an argument made in this movie, or a point trying to be made, that anybody with the words can do an exorcism. So I think that'd be a really good conversation to have. Let's have that conversation sometime. But otherwise, I don't like the ending. You can watch it for yourself. You can get your own opinion about it. But I've seen that ending before, and then the thing happens right before the actual ending. I don't agree with that at all, and I just think they didn't know how to end their movie, and it can show probably with a movie that has a lower budget like this. It was a kind of a neat effect, but it just felt like they were settling at the end, and they didn't know what else to do. So they're like, oh, let's go with the feel good moment, and it just didn't fit the movie. So I rather like the idea for the movie. There are lots of things to like in this movie that I want people to get their own opinion about. So I'm going to give Awoken a B minus. I do hope you're able to watch it. I do hope you're able to get your own opinion about it since it's new. I think a lot of people will start watching it probably towards the end of the year, once it starts getting more readily available. But I think there's lots of good things to this. I think there's a couple big, obvious, kind of really dumb things. I just don't know how else to say it. And then I think the nice things outshine those, but then for it to create like some obvious awkward elements and some arguments in their movie, I don't think that's a good thing either. So I think B minus is a good grade for Awoken. Thanks, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.